Hey folks, I want to talk to you about this application Readio. I strongly recommend Readio to help grandparents and parents read to their grandchildren remotely when they can't be in the same room. Whether you're living across the country, across the world, or you're just gone on a business trip, Readio makes it easy for you to read to those young ones when you're away. It's a super easy tool that allows for video monitoring across the top of the screen so they can see you and you can see them, as well as having the book prominently displayed, making it easy for you to read to those young ones, or better yet, having them read to you. What I want you guys to do is go to cool-grandpa.us, look for the affiliate link for Readio, click on that link, and sign up today for your free trial. Hello, and welcome to the Cool Grandpa Podcast. This is your host, Greg Payne, coming at you from Studio 12. This podcast is about being the best possible grandpa you can be, focusing on what it is to be a grandpa and how we can all share that experience together for our grandchildren. Appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well. This quote is from Voltaire. If you don't know who Voltaire is, look him up. Really interesting French philosopher. Now, what I would like to talk to you guys about is appreciation and how we can help our grandchildren and to help ourselves learn to express appreciation a little bit more. Certainly when we have very young grandchildren, hey, we're just happy with please and thank yous, not throwing fits, and, learning basic manners, right? Because manners is the grease of society. Now, one of the things that I like to think about with appreciation is that it's a deeper level of giving thanks. Meaning that when you meet somebody on the street, they might bump into you, you drop something, they pick it up, and you say thank you and walk on your way. Thankful is just a superficial, though extremely courteous form of communication. And it's giving thanks for something that is done on your behalf and something that is provided to you. Now, the next level down, I think, is gratitude. And gratitude is the quality of being thankful. It's a readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. So it's a little bit further down than just saying thank you for somebody holding out the elevator door, let's say. Gratitude's going to be expressing, and it may be more verbal in a situation of, someone holding an elevator for you or helping you with a bag of groceries or helping you get out of a ditch in a snowstorm. So thank you is just hey, thanks for helping me out. And then the transaction's done in a sense, and people walk and go on their separate ways. Gratitude is a little deeper in that. It's something where maybe there's an exchange that's a little bit more than just verbal. Maybe it's, offering that person that came over and is helping you get your car out of the ditch on a snowy afternoon. Maybe handing them, an extra Coca-Cola if you had a 6-pack in your car, for example, and doing something a little bit more above and beyond than just saying thank you for somebody. And we can certainly help our grandchildren go through these different levels, going from just saying thank you, which is what we want those little toddlers and those little mushes to do. And we want them to then, as they get older, start to take on that spirit of gratitude and being able to recognize when gratitude is really important and when it should be expressed. The third level in this, and this is something that will have to be shared with older grandchildren, and older could mean anywhere, in my experience, maybe 10 years old on up. But again, it depends on the maturity, the relationships. And appreciation, a definition of that is a recognition and enjoyment of the good qualities of someone or something. So we're thankful for somebody holding the elevator door for us. We have gratitude for somebody that pulled over and helped us get our car out of a ditch on a snowy afternoon. And then we have appreciation that may be a deeper recognition of gratitude, meaning that what we're doing in showing appreciation is really calling out what that person sacrificed, perhaps, to provide an act of kindness or service to us, and being able to express that, whether it's verbal or written. And so what I want to think about for the rest of our conversation is, how do we start to put more appreciation into our communication for people that do things for us, as well as being able to help our grandchildren identify and be able to have an appreciation for what maybe their parents are doing, what sports coaches are doing for them, what teachers are doing. Basically being able to go a little bit deeper than just being thankful. And again, if we can get everybody to, hey, thank you, and be at that level, that's awesome. But if we can take it even deeper, how much more appreciative will people be of doing acts of kindness and acts of service for others? One thing that I like to do when I'm thinking about appreciation is making sure that we identify what the particular act was that we're thankful for or appreciative of, and then what was the real kind of sacrifice behind that, right? Because for every time that somebody does something nice for us, they are making a bit of a sacrifice for us. And that sacrifice is on a relationship of expectations of, if I do something nice for somebody else, that's going to come back to me with somebody else doing something nice for me. Or it could be that person doing something nice for me. You know, there could be that quid pro quo aspect of doing service or doing a kind act. If I do something nice for this person, then they will be doing something nice for me. You know, and it's not exactly, I don't want to think of it as cold as transactional, but there is a transaction piece to this. Now, one thing that I like to go through is make sure that when you say that you're appreciative of someone, whether it's in a thank you card, whether you're just verbalizing it, it's talking about, you know, I appreciate that you sacrifice time away from your family to help me with X. Or I appreciate the fact that you spent your Saturday afternoon helping me paint my living room. You know, it's calling out what you're thankful for and recognizing the sacrifice that somebody else has made. Now, there's a few ways that we can do this, I think, to enforce the teaching of appreciation within the grandkids. Now, a couple of them are definitely modeling behaviors. And then one of them, I think, is much more of a hands-on approach. And again, this is really to work in conjunction with what the parents are trying to teach and develop in their children, our grandchildren. So the first one is going to be verbal. It's going to be remembering when we have those grandkids with us and we have somebody that does an act of service for us or does something on our behalf, when we have those grandkids around us, that we use appreciation versus just thankfulness. And again, remember, appreciation, in my opinion, is a deeper level of thankfulness. So it's not that we're giving up one and for another one. It's that thankfulness, gratitude, all go into appreciation. It's just how we verbalize it or how we show it. So when you're out with the grandkids and somebody's helping you out with something, try to remember to use those words that express appreciation. Hey, thank you for walking us out with the shopping cart and helping me load up the groceries. You can see that I've got my hands full with these two little rugrats, and I really do appreciate you taking the extra time to help me load up my groceries. Or if you're at the hardware store, hey, thanks for helping me load up these 2x4s in the back of the truck or the van or whatever it is. It's being able to remember what that person is sacrificing and what that person is doing on your behalf that they're perhaps giving up. Even if you're at a Home Depot or a Lowe's or Ace Hardware, whatever it is, they probably have been tasked to straighten up the shelves. They've been tasked to do some inventory. They've been tasked to do something else. Now, along with their job and duties, they should be helping the customers, right? So it does go hand in hand, but it does make that call out something that person is going to also take back in. It makes their day. Think about those times where you're shown appreciation or somebody's talked to you about how they appreciate you taking time out of your day, out of your weekend to do a service project, to help a neighbor in need, to do something extra at church. It makes all the difference. We appreciate thank yous. And this is, I'm jumping to the other side as far as a receiver of this. We all appreciate thanks, but what does it mean to us when we get that additional? I appreciate you taking the day not to go and do an activity that was on your schedule, but to come and do an activity with me. Recognizing that they sacrifice something. Now, it doesn't always have to be that it's a terrible, horrible difference between activities or helping somebody. And what it can mean is that, hey, it could be something, and this is pretty abstract, could be something, I wanted to go ride roller coaster A, but this person wanted me to go ride roller coaster B. And I went and rode roller coaster B. Still had a good time, still enjoyed myself. But this person enjoyed the fact and told me that they appreciated the fact that I didn't go to roller coaster A. I went to roller coaster B. I might have had a good time anyway with them, but they appreciated the fact that I made a sacrifice and changed my plans and changed what I had going on to help them out. So the long way around, that's the verbal part of it. The next part is writing. So the second part is being able to sit down and write a text and email with all the technology we have going on, right? That's how most of the kids growing up are going to be communicating: text, email, whatever forms of social media or communications available. So don't discount, a text message or an email as being, something that's not appropriate for expressing thanks or appreciation. They totally are legitimate forms of expression. But then also too, one of the things that we can do is also show them the art of writing thank you cards. And whether it's a thank you card, whether it's a letter, whether it's an email or a text, or heck, even a video that you might send to somebody, being able to sit down, show them what you're doing when they ask, hey, Grandpa, what are you doing? Sitting at the kitchen table and you're scratching out something on a card. You can sit there and you can explain to them that you're writing out a thank you card. And when they ask why or they want more details, you can tell them, oh, well, because your aunt and uncle took me and grandma out for dinner. So I'm writing them a thank you card to express appreciation for them taking us out to dinner and showing us a good time. And that may be one of those little, it's a throwaway moment. You don't feel like it's a big deal, but it's a big deal because that grandchild's seeing that behavior. We have to think of this modeling behavior as something of, we may not think it's a big deal or think that anything's out of the ordinary, but for that grandchild, they're soaking that up. They're seeing that, oh, I'm in a family that values writing out thank you cards, or writing out a text message of appreciation, or sending an email of appreciation, or even a short video of appreciation to somebody. That one, it's good manners, and then two, that we respect other people enough to make sure that we express gratitude and appreciation for what they may have done for us. And those are kind of modeling, and that doesn't mean that we can't help our grandchildren through some of these activities on their own, because that leads me into the third part of this. And this one is prompting the grandchildren to express appreciation. Now, this one is going to be where the grandchildren definitely have to be old enough and have communication skills and enough self-awareness and self-confidence to do this piece. So age-wise, it's just going to depend on where the grandchild is and where you are with the relationship and what the circumstances are, for sure. So there's a lot of variables in play here. But here's what I want for the third part of this that you should think about. It should be when you're out and about with the grandchildren and somebody does something nice for you and the grandchild, or you and the grandchildren, you and the family, whatever that might be, is prompting the grandchild to express appreciation to whoever performed a service or whoever did something that's worthy of recognition or thanks, right? And again, we're building the foundations with just getting these kids to say thank you and please and may I and all those basic building block level communication and good manners. But now we can start to, if they're past that point, we can start to go a little bit deeper with them. We can start to teach them vocabulary of gratitude and the vocabulary of appreciation. And then what we do is, when we have a quiet moment after that, we can talk to them about, hey, how did the person react to us after that grandchild said, hey, I really appreciate you taking time to mop up my dropped ice cream cone at Baskin-Robbins. Because I worked at Baskin-Robbins, and that happens sometimes. You get kids that come in with ice cream cones and they're reaching for stuff and they're doing things, and next thing you know, you've got an ice cream cone on the floor, and that has to get mopped up. Typically, you give the kids another ice cream cone, but for a 17-year-old me to have a 10-year-old or an 8-year-old tell me thank you for cleaning up the mess that they just made, whether intentional or unintentional or whatever, it doesn't matter, would mean the world to the 17-year-old me. That it's not just somebody expecting somebody to wait on them hand and foot and serve them and be just a faceless person, right? So we want to model that verbal communication when we can in front of the grandchildren. We want to model showing appreciation in writing or expression, email, text, letters, thank you cards, letting them see us doing these things. And then the third part is going to be prompting them to express appreciation. Some of the easy ways we can do this is after a big Sunday, evening meal, or a big thing where maybe mom went out of her way to make a big special dinner, or dad did something special, is to help coach those grandkids up to go and express gratitude and appreciation to their parents, because that's going to make mom and dad feel ecstatic. That's going to help the grandchild feel more confident in expressing gratitude and appreciation, not only to family members, but then outside the family. Lastly, it is also going to be something that we take back into ourselves, right? Just like what Voltaire said at the beginning, and I'll read that quote again. Appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well. So when we're calling out something that's excellent in somebody else, excellent could be time in service. Excellent could be sacrifice. Excellent could be whatever is going on in the situation. When we call that out, we're recognizing in ourselves that this type of behavior is desired behavior and is something that is appreciated by others. So as we express appreciation, it goes into our little memory banks that, hey, next time we're in a position to give service, to give sacrifice, to do something nice for somebody else, we're more likely to step up and do that activity. So what would you guys like to learn more about in terms of showing appreciation? Is there anything that I missed or anything that you would suggest that we could add to this conversation? If there is, please leave me some comments on the website. I would appreciate hearing what your thoughts are on modeling and showing appreciation to others. So until next time, remember to stay cool. Thank you for listening to the Cool Grandpa Podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, please do me a favor and share it with a friend. That's the best way you can help us to expand our community, as well as get the news out about how valuable grandpas are in the lives of those kids. If you'd like to leave me a comment or shoot me a potential topic for this podcast, please go to www.cool-grandpa.us. Look for the comments tab, fill it out, hit submit. It's as easy as that. Until next time, remember to stay cool.